Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world, and welcome to another edition of The Ride to the Rink. This is Lee Elias with Mike Benelli. We're both coaches, Mike, and I want to talk to you, the players, today about respect. Look, it's important to respect your coaches and your teammates, but this actually all starts with respect for yourself. And we're going to talk to you guys for a few minutes here today about ways to respect yourself that transcend into hockey, into coaching, into play. And this came up because we got a message, believe it or not, kids, from a parent that says that she's part of a team where the kids are never dressed on time. They don't show up great. They forget their gear. They don't put on the right equipment. They're disrespectful to their coaches. Now, I'm going to guess that if you're listening to this, most of that's not you, right? Most of you kids love to show up to the rink. But here's the deal. We've talked about this before on our main episodes. How you conduct yourself throughout the day, not just at the rink, is a really, really important aspect of how you end up becoming a great player. So, for example, when you wake up for school in the morning, which I always hated doing when I was a kid, but do you get yourself dressed on time? Do you get out the door on time? Do you respect yourself to have a good breakfast? Do you take some time to think about the clothes that you're wearing and how you're representing yourself? However you choose to do that. I'm not saying that you need to wear a polo or a dress and look a certain way. However you want to dress and represent yourself, are you doing it well? Is it thought out? Are you taking the time to put the investment into yourself to represent yourself in a way that's going to be conducive to you having a great day and being a great student and being a great hockey player? So this stuff, and we see this in pro athletes, Mike, from a competitive level, but from a training level, pro athletes don't do anything lazy, right? When they take I've said this, when they take the garbage out, they do a good job because it's not something you can turn off at that level. So when it comes to respecting yourself and respecting your coaches, this really, Mike, starts at home.
Yeah, it's you as the athlete have to be able to determine, how you want to conduct your day so you can have a successful day. If that starts the night before, if that starts with having, your little, a goal list and your to-do list and your to get things done on time list and your ability. I mean, we're all on our phones and we all have access to all these great features and tasks and alarms. This is where you set the tone. This is how you build your own culture, your internal culture of who you want to be, so that you can represent yourself well enough to then be a leader, right? And be somebody that other players and parents and coaches are going to respect and depend on. If you come in and you're, disheveled and you forgot, you forgot your books and you're wearing mismatched socks and you just come in and you just don't look like you're ready. You didn't get a good night. You didn't get a night enough to eat in the morning because you didn't plan it out on time and you were late. All that reflects on who you are, and it reflects on how people treat you. And what they expect from you. So I don't know. I think a lot of us that are, on the way to the rink expect to be high performing athletes. And first you got to be a high performing person. And if you can do that, and establish that in your daily routine, getting to the rink part's going to be easy.
Yeah, and Mike and I will tell you all, young athletes, like, you've got a lot going on in your life outside of hockey. We understand. We were there once in our youth as well. And not every day is going to be great. Not every day you're going to wake up feeling wonderful. Not every day is going to be perfect. And trust me, Mike and I know more than most that when you get to the rink, that's your solace, right? That's your way to get away from the problems in your life. And you get to get on the ice for an hour or so and just kind of enjoy yourself. But it doesn't need to be like that every day. You can make a great day for yourself so that when you arrive to the rink, you're actually ready to go more than normal. Now, the other thing, kids, I want to explain to you is, is that the easier you make your parents' lives and your coaches' lives by doing these simple things. And I want you all to take a second and think about, what are your mom, dad, or coaches on you about all the time? Don't forget this again. Don't forget that again. It's easy to be a little mindless when you're young, okay? Because a lot of people are helping you. The better you can get at doing the little mundane things like getting your bag packed, making sure you double check your equipment, making sure that when you get to the rink and a coach is speaking, that you listen and don't speak and don't be the kid that's disrupting. I'm telling you, young athletes, those little things really add up to benefit you. As coaches, Mike and I will tell you, and I will throw it to Mike in a minute, We know the kids that do this, and we rely on the kids that do this, and we want to coach the kids that do this. No coach that I know wants to be frustrated at any of the kids that they coach. So when you do frustrate a coach or a manager or your mom or your dad, it doesn't help you. It only hurts you. And again, not every day is going to be perfect. You got to remember, kids, and this is a tough one to understand when you're young. We have bad days too as coaches and parents. We have bad days at work, and we're trying to get to the rink for the exact same reason you are, to get that hour and a half away from reality where we can do the thing that we love. So whether it's you or us or both, we all need to work together to make that environment a wonderful place to be, because then it's going to be a great, great time. Nobody should ever or should ever want to leave the rink feeling bad, right? You want to leave the rink feeling great. And I think that we're talking to you about some of the things you can do. And again, we'll talk to the parents on the main episodes about things that they can do too, to make sure that their days are better. But at the end of the day, respect yourself, and that will translate into respecting your parents and respecting your coaches. It's a very important aspect. And I promise you all that if you want to do anything at the next level, whether it's hockey or a job one day or anything, this translates right to this. All right. The respect that you show others and the respect that you show yourself translates into really making you have a good day or a bad day most times. Mike, any final thoughts for the young athletes before I close this out?
No, just we're all in the same boat. I mean, just if your coach comes, when your coach comes unprepared, when your coach is not ready for practice, when your coach doesn't have a plan, right? So and you're in the locker room like, my God, this guy's he doesn't even know what he's talking about today. Like he's just winging it. You know that, and coaches know when you're winging it. They know when you're like desperately looking around, like, oh my God, I forgot my jerseys. How do I get a hold of my parents? Or, oh, I'm missing my shin pad, and nobody's going to say anything. Or, hey, I don't have any tape in my bag, and can I bum off?
I forgot my stick.
You
forget.
Yeah, I knew after the game last week that my lace had a tear in it, but yet here I am trying to tie my skate. And my lace breaks 2 minutes before it's supposed to go on the ice. Coaches know that you knew that, so just come in, do your business. Do your checklist, take care of things before you get there, make your life less stressful. You make your coach's life less stressful. And again, you're going to get rewarded for that because it's just going to give you the opportunity to be in the moment and think about what you're supposed to be doing at that time and having a successful practice or a game. And those are all any coach can ask you to do as you come into the rink, coming to get ready to play.
Yeah. And just remember, a final thought, the 5 minutes it could take you to prepare. It could take you 5 minutes just to check the things in your bag before you leave, can save you from the fear of being reamed out because you are missing something. It just doesn't take a lot of time. Have that respect for yourself, and you'll have that respect for your teammates, your parents, your coaches, your managers, and everyone and everything in between. All right, that's going to do it for this Ride to the Rink. Thank you all for listening. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week on the ice. Without any further ado, skate on. We'll see you next time.